Everyone talks about manifestation as if it's some magical process where you set an intention, think positive thoughts, visualize the outcome, and then, poof, the universe hands you what you asked for. But here's the uncomfortable truth most people avoid. Manifestation doesn't work just because you want it to. It doesn't respond to your desire. It doesn't answer your affirmations. It reacts to something far stronger, far more consistent, and far more subconscious. Your energetic state of being. And this is the hidden key most manifestation teachers either miss or downplay. You can repeat affirmations all day. You can journal your goals. You can meditate, visualize, make vision boards. These tools all help. But if deep down, your emotional core is still rooted in lack, fear, doubt, or unworthiness, that's the frequency you're sending out. And the quantum field, as science shows, doesn't respond to your wishes. It responds to your signal. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that your personality shapes your reality. But what he really means is that your habitual thoughts and emotions create an energetic blueprint, one the quantum field mirrors back as your life. So the secret isn't about asking for what you want. It's about becoming the version of you who already has it. It's about aligning your mind, heart, and body into a coherent signal the universe can recognize and reflect. And this is where most people get stuck. They set goals, but stay emotionally tied to old patterns. They say they want abundance, but live in lack. They claim they want love, but act from fear of rejection. They chase health, but cling to stress and resentment. So despite their efforts, nothing shifts. They keep facing the same struggles, attracting the same relationships and opportunities. Or worse, they manifest their fears instead of their desires. This isn't bad luck. This isn't failure. This is the code in action. The quantum field, as Dr. Dispenza and other pioneers like Bruce Lipton and Greg Braden have demonstrated, responds to your subconscious programming far more than to your conscious desires. It's not about what you think once in a while, it's about who you are all the time. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Your subconscious patterns aren't just mental, they're physical. Your body has become so accustomed to past emotional states that even when your mind says, "I'm abundant," your body protests, "I'm still broke." This inner conflict sends mixed signals to the quantum field. And in quantum mechanics, coherence is key. Without it, there's no constructive interference, no amplification of your signal, no collapse of potential into reality. This is why people feel like manifestation doesn't work for them. They try, they push, they affirm, but they never shift their energetic baseline. They don't realize manifestation isn't about getting what you want. It's about embodying the vibration of the reality you want to experience. When you grasp this, truly get it, you unlock the hidden code that makes manifestation instant. But here's the catch. This code can't be hacked through willpower alone. You can't fake it till you make it by forcing new thoughts. The subconscious mind and body must be reprogrammed at the emotional and energetic levels. This is why Dr. Joe's meditative practices focus not just on visualization, but on cultivating elevated states, gratitude, love, abundance, before external circumstances change. Because when you feel abundant, even with an empty bank account, you send a coherent signal to the field, and the field, like a mirror, reflects it back. So in this video, we'll dive deep into manifestation's hidden code, the part no one discusses. You'll learn why your manifestations aren't showing up despite your efforts, and crucially, how to change that now. We'll explore the neuroscience of subconscious reprogramming, heart-brain coherence, the energetic mechanics of collapsing quantum possibilities, and how to shift from reacting to life to consciously creating it. Because once you understand this code, you'll realize something profound. The universe has always responded, not to your words or wishes, but to your state of being. And the moment you align mind, heart, and body, you won't need to chase manifestations. They'll become inevitable. So, are you ready to learn what no one's told you about manifestation? Ready to activate the code that materializes your desires not someday, but now? If so, stay with me, because next, we'll unpack why thought alone fails and what actually works. This is where most people get it wrong. They believe changing thoughts alone can change their lives. It's the old mantra: change your thoughts, change your reality. And while there's some truth to that, it's dangerously incomplete. Thought is powerful, but only one piece of the puzzle. If thought were enough, everyone who made a vision board would be living their dream life. If affirmations guaranteed success, everyone would be wealthy, healthy, and fulfilled. Yet reality shows the opposite. Even positive thinkers remain stuck in cycles of struggle and scarcity. Why? Because the quantum field doesn't respond to occasional thoughts. It responds to the signal you're consistently emitting. And your signal isn't just your thoughts. It's a blend of your beliefs, emotions, subconscious patterns, and energetic state. As Bruce Lipton's epigenetics research shows, the subconscious mind controls 95% of our behavior and perceptions. So while your conscious mind might be diligently affirming abundance, your subconscious could still be running programs of lack, fear, unworthiness, or failure. The quantum field is neutral. It doesn't weigh your desires against your fears. It simply reflects the dominant frequency you're putting out. And if your emotional signature, the feelings you habitually dwell in, stays rooted in scarcity, no amount of positive thinking will override that signal. This is why Joe Dispenza stresses coherence in his work, alignment between thoughts and feelings. When they're in conflict, your signal becomes weak, scattered, and incoherent. But when they're aligned, when you think abundant thoughts while genuinely feeling abundant, your signal grows powerful, coherent, and magnetic. This is the hidden mechanism most manifestation advice misses. It's not about thinking your way to success, but feeling your way into alignment. Emotion is the body's language, and your body is the transmitter of your energetic signal. If it's hooked on stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, or epinephrine, it doesn't matter how often you say, "I am abundant." Your body is still screaming, "I'm in danger." And it's that emotional baseline, not your affirmations, that the quantum field answers to. This is why so many people feel stuck. They think they're doing everything right, meditating, visualizing, repeating affirmations. But they don't feel any shift. And because they don't, they keep sending the same old signal into the field. The result? The field reflects the same old reality. This is what Neville Goddard meant when he said, "You are already what you want to be, and your refusal to believe it is the only reason you don't see it." It's not enough to think about your desires. You must embody them emotionally and energetically before they manifest. The subconscious mind, shaped by years of past experiences, traumas, beliefs, and cultural conditioning, acts like a filter. It determines how much of your conscious desires can actually translate into your lived reality. And unless you actively reprogram this filter, your manifestations will keep being blocked or distorted by old subconscious patterns. This is why Joe Dispenza's meditative techniques focus on bypassing the analytical mind, because only by entering brainwave states like theta can we access and reprogram the subconscious directly. Moreover, it's key to understand that the quantum field is a realm of infinite potential. Every possible outcome already exists as a probability wave, waiting to be collapsed into form by your focus and vibrational alignment. But here's the catch. You don't observe with your eyes alone. You observe with your entire being, your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and energetic state. The observer effect isn't just a scientific principle, it's a spiritual tool. When you observe your desired reality with thoughts of longing and feelings of lack, you aren't truly aligned with it. You're observing it as something separate from you, something you hope to achieve someday. But when you observe it as already yours, when you embody the emotions of having it now, you collapse that potential into reality. This is why thought alone fails. Unless it's charged with the right emotional and energetic frequency, it stays just a possibility, not a manifestation. So the real question isn't just, what am I thinking? But who am I being? Am I being the version of me who already has what I desire? Or the version still waiting, doubting, resisting? Your answer reveals the signal you're sending out, and thus, the reality reflected back to you. Next, we'll dive deeper into the science of instant manifestation, how it's not magic, but a natural result of aligning your inner state with the reality you want. Because once you grasp that manifestation isn't about effort, but resonance, you'll see how fast your reality can change. By now, you're starting to see that manifestation isn't about wishful thinking or rituals. It's about aligning your entire being, thoughts, emotions, subconscious patterns, and energy with the reality you want. But how does this alignment create instant manifestation? How can something as intangible as your inner state shape the external world? The answer lies in resonance, quantum mechanics, and the neuroscience of your brain and body. Let's start with quantum physics. At the core, everything in the universe is energy vibrating at specific frequencies. This includes your thoughts, emotions, body, and every object or experience you perceive. The quantum field is an ocean of potential, a matrix of infinite possibilities, where all realities exist simultaneously as probability waves. These waves stay in superposition, existing in multiple states at once, until they collapse into a single, observable reality through observation or measurement. This is the observer effect, one of quantum mechanics' most profound mysteries. But here's what many miss. You're always observing, always measuring, not just with your senses, but with your consciousness, beliefs, expectations, and emotional state. Your mere presence as a conscious observer constantly shapes how reality forms around you. But the quantum field doesn't respond to random thoughts or fleeting desires. It responds to the dominant frequencies you embody most consistently. This is where resonance becomes key. When a system vibrates at a certain frequency, it can cause another system to vibrate at the same frequency, a phenomenon called entrainment. In manifestation, when your internal state resonates with the reality you desire, the quantum field entrains to your signal, arranging circumstances, opportunities, and synchronicities to bring that potential into form. This is why instant manifestation is possible, not because you've forced the universe to obey, but because you've become such a clear, coherent signal that the field has no choice but to reflect that frequency back. It's like tuning a radio. When you match the exact frequency of the station you want, the music comes through instantly. But if you're even slightly off, all you hear is static. This alignment isn't just about positive thinking. As we saw earlier, thought alone isn't enough. The alignment must happen at every level of your being. This is where neuroscience and epigenetics come in. Research shows that habitual thoughts and emotions create neural pathways, which shape your body's chemistry, behaviors, and perception of the world. These pathways form your default mode network, defining your sense of self and reality. If you've spent years reinforcing thoughts of unworthiness, fear, or lack, those neural pathways become deeply ingrained, and your body grows chemically dependent on those emotional states. This is why change feels so hard. It's not just about thinking differently. It's about rewiring your brain, and retraining your body to new emotional patterns. Joe Dispenza's work drives this home. To create a new reality, you must first create a new identity. This rewiring process is what brings you into coherence, a state where heart and brain sync, thoughts and emotions align, and your energetic signal becomes clear and strong. In coherence, your body shifts from survival mode, fight, flight, freeze, into creation mode. Here, your brainwaves change, your heart emits a more ordered electromagnetic field, and your entire being becomes a precise transmitter, broadcasting your desired reality into the quantum field. The field then responds by collapsing potential into the reality matching your frequency. This is instant manifestation, not willpower, but resonance. You don't force the universe to comply. You align yourself so fully with your desired reality that the universe has no choice but to respond. Neville Goddard described this principle long before quantum mechanics entered mainstream thought. Assume the feeling of your wish fulfilled. This simple yet profound instruction is the key to instant manifestation. It's not about waiting for external proof to feel successful, abundant, loved, or healthy. It's about generating those feelings now, regardless of circumstances, aligning your energy with the reality where those conditions already exist. Science has only recently begun confirming what mystics and spiritual teachers knew for centuries, that consciousness shapes reality, that our inner and outer worlds are deeply connected, and that by mastering our internal state, we influence the fabric of the universe itself. So instant manifestation isn't fantasy. It's a process rooted in quantum physics, the biology of belief, neuroplasticity, and the heart's electromagnetic coherence. When you align these systems, manifestation isn't just possible, it's inevitable. Next, we'll explore practical steps to activate this hidden code within you. How to shift from thinking and wishing to feeling and embodying, so your manifestations move from future possibility to present reality. Ready to turn theory into practice? Now that you understand the science, the role of resonance, coherence, and subconscious programming, the real question is, how do you activate this code within yourself? How do you move from intellectual understanding to lived experience? This is where the work begins, not as effort, but as alignment. The first and most crucial step is shifting from thinking to feeling. As Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches, thoughts are the electrical charge in the quantum field, but emotions provide the magnetic pull. Together, they create an electromagnetic signature that broadcasts your state into the field. But here's the key. Most people try to change their lives by altering thoughts alone, ignoring the emotional patterns, still emitting old, familiar signals. To activate the code, you must deliberately cultivate elevated emotions, not in reaction to external events, but as a conscious choice, independent of circumstances. This means feeling gratitude before your desire arrives, abundance before the money appears, love before the relationship manifests. That's the true secret. When you feel as if your manifestation is already here, you collapse possibility into reality. This isn't just spiritual talk, it's biological and energetic fact. Your heart's electromagnetic field, measurable feet beyond your body, becomes more coherent with emotions like gratitude and love. This coherence sends harmonious signals to the brain, shifting your body into balance. Heart-brain coherence isn't just pleasant, it's essential for creating a unified signal the quantum field recognizes. Dispenza's meditations are designed for this, breaking free from past patterns and training the body to embody future emotions. When you practice elevated states consistently, your body accepts them as your new normal. This is how you break addiction to survival emotions like fear, anger, and unworthiness. But emotional mastery alone isn't enough. The second step is embodiment. This means your new state of being must be integrated, not just in meditation, but in everyday life. How do you carry yourself? How do you speak, act, and make choices? Do your behaviors align with the reality you want to create? If you aim to manifest success, but your habits reflect procrastination and self-sabotage, you aren't embodying the energy of success. Embodiment means showing up daily, as if you're already the person you're becoming. You make decisions from that mindset, set boundaries from that mindset, and interact with others from that mindset. This is how the code activates, not just in moments of meditation, but as a constant way of being. The third key element is presence. Most people live trapped in the familiar past or the predictable future, rarely fully in the present. But manifestation happens in the now, because the now is the only place where the quantum field is accessible. The field isn't some distant future reality. It's here, vibrating around and through you at all times, waiting for you to tune your frequency and engage with it consciously. Presence means releasing the known, your habitual thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and stepping into the unknown, where all possibilities exist. This can feel frightening because the known, even if uncomfortable, is safe and familiar. The unknown demands trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, trust in the intelligence of the field. As Greg Braden often says, the field is a mirror. It reflects not what you want, but who you are being right now. One of the most powerful ways to cultivate presence is through breath work. Conscious breathing pulls your awareness out of mental chatter and into your body, anchoring you in the present moment. It shifts your physiology from stress into openness, helping you access deeper subconscious layers and broadcast a clearer signal. Another vital tool is visualization, not just picturing scenes in your mind, but fully embodying the emotional and physical state of your vision. It's about rehearsing in your body the experience of already living that reality until your nervous system can't tell the difference between imagination and truth. Neuroplasticity ensures your brain rewires itself, forming new pathways to support your new identity. Practically, activating manifestation's hidden code means waking up each day and consciously choosing thoughts, feelings, and actions that match your desired reality. It means recognizing old triggers as remnants of past conditioning and choosing a new response. It means no longer waiting for external changes to feel good. Instead, making inner peace your default, knowing your internal state drives your outer world. When you live this way consistently, something extraordinary happens. The gap between intention and manifestation narrows. Synchronicities multiply. Opportunities appear as if from nowhere. People, resources, and experiences align with swift precision. This is what many call instant manifestation. But in truth, it isn't instant because it's sudden. It's instant because it's aligned. In the next section, we'll explore what it truly means to be a conscious creator of your reality, how to sustain this new state and evolve beyond old limitations into the expansive life awaiting you. Now that you've unlocked the hidden code behind manifestation, you stand at a threshold. The moment when theory must become practice, when knowledge must turn into embodiment. This is where you shift from being a passive observer of your life to a conscious creator of your reality. And this shift changes everything. No longer is it about reacting to life, waiting for external conditions to improve before you can feel happy, abundant, or loved. It's about realizing your inner state is the creative force shaping your existence. The field doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being, consistently, day after day, moment after moment. 2. Living as a conscious creator means taking radical responsibility for your energy. It means recognizing your thoughts aren't idle musings, but powerful frequencies rippling through the quantum field, shaping the probabilities that become your reality. It means understanding your habitual emotions aren't just reactions, but magnetic forces drawing experiences to you. This responsibility may feel overwhelming at first. It shatters the illusion that life happens to you. Yet within it lies your greatest freedom. If your energetic signature creates your reality, you hold the power to change it anytime. You're not a victim of circumstance. You're the architect of your destiny. 3. Living as a conscious creator demands vigilance and compassion. Vigilance to catch yourself slipping into old patterns, fear, doubt, or unworthiness, pulling you back into familiar states. Compassion to remember these aren't flaws, but survival mechanisms from your past. They served you once, but no longer define you. This is why practices like meditation, breath work, and visualization aren't optional. They're essential tools to maintain your new state. Meditation quiets the mind, unlocking subconscious reprogramming. Breath work grounds you in the present, regulating your nervous system. Visualization rehearses your future until it feels inevitable. But the most transformative practice? Gratitude. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. When you feel thankful for desires before they manifest, you tell the field, it's already yours. And because the field mirrors your state of being, your reality rearranges itself to reflect that abundance back to you. Greg Braden often says, "We are never more powerful than when we are aware of our power." This is the heart of conscious creation. To know without doubt that your reality mirrors your energetic state, and that by mastering it, you can shape your life in profound, even miraculous ways. But remember, becoming a conscious creator isn't a destination, it's a practice. It's a way of being you, nurtured through your choices, attention, and presence. Some days will flow easily, others will test you. Yet every moment offers a chance to recalibrate, to choose alignment, to embody the version of you already living the life you crave. The field is always listening. It doesn't judge, it doesn't discriminate, it only reflects. So the question isn't whether the code works. The code always works. The question is, are you ready to align with it, steadily, boldly, and with awareness? If this message resonated, if you felt a shift within as we explored these truths, then I invite you to subscribe. Here, we keep uncovering where quantum science and spiritual practice meet, giving you tools, insights, and inspiration to fully step into your role as a conscious creator. Your journey doesn't end here. It's only starting. The next version of you, the one who lives in effortless alignment with your deepest desires, already exists within you. All that's left is to step into that version, to send that signal into the field, and to let the universe reflect it back in ways more abundant and breathtaking than you can imagine. So breathe, feel gratitude for what's already unfolding, and remember, you are the creator.